Yo, what's poppin' y'all? Today's video we're going to be doing a Tropical Motoha, aka Summer Closer build guide, so let's go ahead and get on right into it. Starting off, Summer Motoha is a Bless AOE DPS character who wants to have as much HP as possible so she can crank out additional Bless damage. Starting off with her skills, her first skill, Blue Sunrise, deals AOE Bless damage to all foes, and if her unique passive Summer Hype is active, she spends 10% of her HP to deal an additional Bless damage to all foes. For skill 2, Summer Explosion, it's a single target ability, deals Bless damage to one foe, and restores 20% of her max HP. Again, if her unique passive Summer Hype is active, she'll deal additional Bless damage to that one foe. Then her skill 3, which is her most used skill, Surf and Shine. It allows her to immediately enter the Summer Hype state, which lasts until the end of her next turn. She spends 15% of her max HP to deal Bless damage to all foes, and what Summer Hype does is it increases her crit rate by a certain percentage, as well as her damage. As for her highlight, she deals Bless damage to all foes, and restores 20% of her max HP. If her HP is above 50%, it'll actually increase the highlight damage by 25% more. Going into her passives, whenever she receives healing, she increases damage by a certain percent for 2 turns. And then her other passive, during battle, increases her attack by 24 points for every 100 points of max HP, above 8,000, up to a certain number. When it comes to the skill priority for how you want to level your skills, you want to start off with skill 3, it's the most important, then going into skill 1, and then her highlight, and then lastly, her skill 2. As for her awarenesses, at a 0, when she receives healing, increases damage by 25% for 2 turns. After receiving healing a total of 5 times, she gains Tropical Heart, and this also counts blessing stacks as well. When using Surf and Shine, while Tropical Heart is active, she spends Tropical Heart to remove the cooldown time from her skill 3 Surf and Shine, and afterwards there is a 1-turn cooldown until Tropical Heart can be gained again. And whenever she spends HP while using a skill, she will not be able to be KO'd by that HP spent, so you don't have to worry about her knocking herself out of combat. For A1, when Summer Hype is active, increases critical rate by 10% and crit damage by 25%. At the start of each turn, increase Tropical Heart healing counter by 1 and gain 1 blessing. Allows her to stack up to her Tropical Heart even faster. For A2, when Motoha receives healing, increases crit damage by 20% for 2 turns, stacks up to 2 times, and during battle, increases her max HP by 1200. A3, just increases her level of her skills. A4, after using a highlight, increase the next Surf and Shine's damage by 80%. A5 again, increases the level of her skills once more. Then her A6, Tropical Heart will not be spent after using Surf and Shine. Summer Hype is enhanced to Summer Blowout, and when Summer Blowout is active, the bonus damage of Blue Sunrise activates 3 times. Summer Explosions recover 20% more of HP, and then it increases the skill multiplier of Surf and Shine by 50%. When it comes to the priority of her awarenesses, if you did want to go for them, you pretty much go for A1 first, and then A6, and obviously you get the rest along the way. But if you want to stop before A6, then you could choose between A2 and A4 as a stopping point. Now when it comes to her overall build for Closer, the HP threshold you want to reach, or the magic number if you will, is going to be 1600, or 16,000 excuse me, and that, keep in mind, accounts for the entirety of your setup, so not only her revelation cards, as well as her character level and her weapon level, but also her team setup with your party members as well as Wonders personas. When it comes to revelation cards, you want to run the 4-piece Virtue set with the Resolve Universe card. The reason being, Virtue increases not only Bless damage, but when the HP is above 50% or more, will also increase crit rate of Bless skills. And as for Resolve, once the user's HP reaches a certain value, it will increase damage by 10, 20 to 30% respectively. And as for the main stats, you pretty much want the same, or the typical main stats for any DPS character. So for the Moon, you can go for attack percent or attack mult. For the Star, you can go for crit rate or crit mult. And then for the Sun, you can go for attack percent. As for the substats, again, your typical substats can be HP, since you do want to get as much HP as possible. And then attack, attack mult, crit rate, crit mult, pierce, etc. When it comes to her weapons, her 5-star Colorful Coast increases Bless damage, and when Summer Hype is active, increases crit damage as well. When using Surf and Shine, her skill 3, when Summer Hype is active, increase that skill's damage by a certain percentage and gain 1 Sunlight stack. When using a skill or highlight, spend a Sunlight stack to increase the skill's damage by the same amount. Damage increases from Summer Hype and Sunlight will not stack, even if activated at the same time, so to keep that in mind. As for 4-star Bubble Puff Star, it increases her attack, and when she receives healing while Summer Hype is active, it will increase her damage for 2 turns and can stack up to 2 times. When it comes to team building itself, it is imperative that you run Summer Closer with a healer. Again, the whole point of her kit is not only to have as much HP as possible, but also to stay above a certain HP percentage, 50%, in order for her to get as much damage out of her skills as possible. Your best option, of course, or the best in slot option will be either Minami as a healer or Summer Moko. If you don't have either of them or don't want to go for either of them, then you can use Lafel, or you can use even Soy, or Morgana if you have them. And on top of that, of course, you want to run her with a buffer, so either Cord or Leon. And then for the Navigator, you want to run Rico if you don't have Phoebe, but if you do have Phoebe, then you'll run Phoebe always. And then as for Wonder and his personas, the most important one is going to be Dominion. It is pretty much the go-to Bless persona right now when it comes to Wonder's personas. It has not only attack buffs, but also comes with Agility Master naturally, so you don't have to teach it in order to speed tune your Wonder. As well as the passive also gives an attack increase as well as skill damage increase. Other than that, you can pretty much run anything else, like defense down, as well as crit buffing. And when it comes to the dagger, the best one you can use will be Glimmer, because it does increase not only attack, but also bless damage, as well as healing. It will also give a blessing stack to one ally and increase their damage as well, which again will allow Summer Closer to be able to stack her passives a lot quicker. Now the most important question with all that information out of the way, do I consider Summer Closer to be an absolute must-pull unit? In my opinion, I would say no. Reason being, I feel like when it comes to general content, where an AOE DPS is needed, you can easily be able to clear any content in the game with either Joker or On. And when it comes to Guild Boss specifically, you can easily get around not having Closer by simply going to your companion list and looking for anyone who has Closer as their current assist character, which if you're a free-to-play player and you're not abusing this system any chance you can, you really are shooting yourself in the foot, because it's pretty much an easy way to take advantage of all the new characters without owning them yourself. Now the biggest thing I'd say you'll be missing out on by not having Closer right now is really just for SOS as well as the Velvet Trials. But at the same time, Velvet Trials are never going to go anywhere, and the rewards aren't going to change or shift around, at least to my knowledge. So there's no reason not to be able to have patience and wait for another Bless DPS character. Or if you can't wait at all, you could just try to use Yukimi if you want to have someone as an option. And SOS is really going to come down to where you're currently at in the rankings. For me, I'm at the current level rank 7. In order to get to the final rank 8, I have to rank in the top 1,000 of players, which even if I did have Summer Closer on my account, I feel like would be really hard to do unless I had a perfect rotation where I could take advantage of my best teams and run them for both of the 2 different bosses. So again, I really don't feel like it's something that you genuinely need to have right this second. But of course, if you do want to go for her, by all means, go ahead. If you do have Summer Closer and you're looking to see whether to get her 4-star or 5-star, again, at the end of the day, it's up to you. Her 5-star is, of course, her best in slot and does provide a lot of powerful buffs. But her 4-star is more than capable of being able to do whatever you need to do in the game. So I don't feel like you have to go for this weapon. Again, like the character, I will not consider either of these 2 to be absolute must-haves. The biggest comparison, or really the only comparison you can make versus Summer Closer, is of course the single target DPS, Violet, aka Kasumi from P5R. And if you were looking for my opinion when it came to if you just wanted to have only one, at the very least, Bless DPS unit on your account, and you're looking between those 2, even though they do serve different roles and it's kind of hard to compare them apples to apples, I will say I would still choose Violet every day of the week. She just has a lot more utility in her kit. Her 5-star weapon, as compared to Summer Closer's 5-star weapon, I feel like is more of a valuable investment. And overall, she just has more general usability, I feel like, than someone like Summer Closer, who can easily be compensated for via alternatives. With all that being said, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more content like this, I think when it comes to making build guides for characters that I don't own, I'm probably going to do it in this fashion, because the information itself is relatively simple to understand, and there's only so many stats you can really build in this game, so things like revelation cards and whatnot are also pretty straightforward to explain. And I think for the characters that I do end up pulling for and getting on my account, I will do a similar build guide, but also include a showcase of the actual unit itself. Whether I include that in the same video or make that 2 separate videos, we'll have to see, but other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like this content, be free to give me a like and subscribe to the channel. It's Brother Frona. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.